Today we're going to discuss the controversial topic of cap and trade, which is also known as emissions trading. Right now, we are about to ask the AP History student extraordinaire, Will Cheng, about his perspective on the cap and trade bill proposed in Congress.
Narwhals swinging in the ocean, causing a...
Wash your hands!
I didn't know.
Will Cheng in the history game. Will Cheng in the history game. Will Cheng in the history game.
History rules!
Will Cheng in the history game.
James Garfield could write with both hands at the same time in different languages.
Will Cheng in the history game. Will Cheng in the history game.
Brought to you by watermelons. They're delicious. Wait a second, that's not a watermelon. Watermelons.
Let's talk cap and trade. What is that? I don't know. But before we do that, we need a little introduction to the topic, global warming.
What?
Global warming.
What?
Global warming.
Oh, isn't that just a hoax?
Wrong. You might hear people talk about global warming being a myth, but the truth is, global warming is real, and if we're not careful, we'll all be flooded by the polar ice caps.
Oh no.
Global warming is caused by too much carbon dioxide being trapped in our atmosphere, which causes global temperatures to rise in general and can lead to many climate-related problems.
Oh no.
Stop that. If we're going to do something to prevent such disasters, we need to cut down those emissions. But if you look at the numbers, there are a whole lot more natural emissions of carbon than man-made releases. Vegetation, land, and the ocean releases more than 750 gigatons of carbon, while the human output is only 4% of the total emissions.
Only 4%. So global warming isn't our fault?
Wrong! See, while the ocean and the land emit a whole lot of carbon, they also absorb it back, making a natural balance of carbon. But the comparatively tiny human emissions upset that natural balance, and the excess carbon dioxide in the air is causing a whole lot of fracas. So what is the government going to do to cap these global emissions? Huh?
I don't know.
We'll tell you how.
So, exactly what is the government doing to reduce these carbon emissions, Joe? Nothing.
Yeah.
Anyway, the actual government plan is called cap and trade.
What's cap and trade? Is that when we take out caps and trade them?
Oh, good thought. But not exactly, Joe. See, cap and trade is a system with two parts to it. The first part, cap, is when the government sets a limit to the amount of carbon being emitted into the atmosphere. The plan is to gradually decrease that cap and reduce carbon emissions by 83% by the year 2050. And if companies go over, they can surely expect a big fat fine.
The next part of the plan is trade. Basically, the government will be handing out emissions allowing companies to produce pollution. These permits can be traded among companies who are willing to buy or sell them for whatever reasons. However, the number of permits is directly related to the cap, so as the cap decreases, so do the number of permits. As long as the allowances check out with the cap, everything will be fine. You know, we have a great, wise, and dashingly good-looking teacher who hopefully gives 100s on projects. Mrs. Sudfield.
And her words of wisdom? Just think about the cookies when talking about cap and trade.
Words of wisdom indeed.
So, let's talk cookies.
Ooh, I love cookies.
But we don't have it. So, let's talk marshmallows.
Oh, I hate marshmallows.
And that's exactly why no one likes you, Joe.
Say the government gave out 3 marshmallows each to me and Joe. There you go. The total would be 6.
But I hate
And that's the cap.
marshmallows.
Nobody cares. that would be the cap. And since Joe doesn't want his cookies, I mean marshmallows, but I do because I love marshmallows, he can sell me some of his, and everybody's happy, and we're still under the cap. Nice. I'm happy. Right. Now let's say the government wants to reduce that cap from 6 to 4. They don't exactly know how they're going to do that. But for now, we'll just give one each back to government.
Give me that marshmallows.
No, take it. Oh.
Now let's say Joe changes his mind and wants to buy one back from me. He can do it at any time.
No, I don't.
Or for me. Yep. And the whole thing repeats itself. Now just imagine these marshmallows are permits. And the government mandated maximum of marshmallows is the cap. And all the buying and selling was trade. Now that's the really basic overview of cap and trade.
It's intended to reward companies that can adjust to these ecological changing times the fastest. They'll not only be eco-friendly and suited for the future, but they'll also make a profit by selling away their profits. Ladies and gentlemen, cap and trade.
Oh, cap. Yuck, the Yankees.
Hey, that's my hat. Hey.
Okay, we done. Finally.
Now for something completely different.
Go.
Oh! Joe! What are you doing?
Hey, look at me, I'm clueless. And I think that since our perfect government is making a bill to help the environment, it can't have any defects.
Wrong! You see, despite its good intentions and potential, cap and trade has a couple of things that can go awry. The first is with money. Unless cap and trade goes completely as planned, the cost of energy will rise pretty high. Jobs will be lost, and billions of dollars will be lost as well. Also, the government seems to be baffled with the money question because they still haven't decided the technical issue of how to divide the permits among the companies, which involves trillions of dollars. Another is that the bill favors big business a little too much by giving companies that produce the most pollution to the most permits, allowing them to borrow future credits and rewarding them handsomely when they do something nice for the earth. The government is putting big business in a favorable environment. Also, there is a lot of room for companies to cheat, and as the government can't investigate the companies to make sure they are doing everything according to plan. Needless to say, it is very possible for the industries to make a big profit from the taxpayers' money.
Okay.
The last problem is that cap and trade might not have an effect at all on the human output of carbon. Even if America decreases its carbon emissions, other countries, most notably China and other developing nations, will not and might even increase its carbon output, nullifying the American effort. It's really hard to tell if cap and trade will work without global participation.
Crazy Chinese people.
The Cap and Trade song by Don't Run Cross Country Productions.
You really should.
We're gonna cap and trade all the carbon emissions. You see, we're cap and trade. That'll be our mission. You see, cap and trade but I mean the government is going green today. We cap and trade. Cause we're gonna cap and trade. Does something, something, something like cap and trade. Something, 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 Captain, something, something.
You
suck.
You know what?
Boo!
I don't even know the lyrics. You know what? I'm just
suck.
sick and tired of this
Get
nonsense.
out.
This is stupid. You know what?
Broke my TV!
Yeah.
So, I'm Brian Wells. This is my house. If you're wondering why these guys are here, I have no idea. And if you want to know about cap and trade, these guys know nothing about it, so don't ask them.
Are you wearing pants?
Joe, it's exactly why no one likes you.
Do you at least like my hat?
Get out. Goodbye.
I hate you!